Hello. I'm here with another story out of my Dreams and Miracle book. These are all true stories. I know I've said that 1,000,001 times. Might have exaggerated this a little bit. This story is called A House, a Candle, and a Menacing Darkness. Sounds kind of creepy. And it's by Vivian Taylor. Are you interested in hearing this one, Sherm? You ready for this? How you went to the bathroom. I don't want you peeing your pants over there. Are you ready for this? Dottie, are you ready for this?
I need a bucket.
Get a bucket. Get the buckets ready. Let's start off with the introduction. Vivian Taylor is a successful salesperson for a Fortune 500 company, a book lover and gourmet cook who enjoys entertaining. She is also the proud owner of one of the sassiest and most charming Scottish terriers I have ever met. Vivian herself is an unusually generous woman with a deep prayer life. One night she dreamed of a house, a candle, and a menacing darkness. Normally a house serves as a symbol for the life of the dreamer, but the house is Vivian's dream really belonged to someone else. Now let's get into the story. I love to walk, so it was not surprising to find myself retracing a familiar route in my dream. It was nighttime, and I stood for a moment in the street, gazing at a colonial-style house with a two-car garage. A candle was burning in the living room, but everything else was black. Actually, I could see a dark cloud surrounding and penetrating the house, except for the room where the candle shone. Then it dawned on me that this was the home of friends. I know Tom and Annie for years, and enjoyed dropping by for visits on them and their 3 kids, but now there was something terribly oppressive about the scene, even though nothing seemed to be happening. I didn't see or hear anyone. Then I woke with a start, feeling really troubled. I knew someone in that family needed help. The kids had their share of problems, but I hadn't a clue who was in trouble this time. It did seem to me, though, that the oppression I sensed was coming from outside, and that it was aimed at a particular person. The lit candle confirmed that God's light reigned inside the house, even though some kind of darkness was assailing it. I prayed for quite a while that night, and in the weeks that followed, one day I stopped in to see Annie. We were chatting and catching up with each other when she began telling me she had recently been hospitalized with clinical depression. In fact, she was taking medicine to control the depression and was involved in an outpatient program. Fortunately, she was feeling much better. I decided to tell her about my dream of the previous month. When I finished, she retrieved her journal and started flipping through it. Amazingly, the dream corresponded exactly with her emotional breakdown. Annie felt touched to know that God had been watching over her in ways she didn't even realize, and I felt glad to have been an instrument God used during a very difficult time in her life. Years ago, I had the sense God was asking me to pray for a harvest I would never see. Sometimes I wake in the middle of the night with the thought that I should pray for someone. It could be anyone, a person I'm close to, an acquaintance, or a public figure I've never met. God just seems to draw back the curtain, showing me what's going on behind the scenes. I may lie awake for 2 or 3 hours because I don't usually get to see the results of my prayers. I have no way of knowing whether I'm on target. I don't have to know the outcome. I just need to pray. Though I may never know how most of my prayers are answered. I am grateful God let me in on the secret this one time. My dream was really so simple. It pointed my prayer in the right direction. And that was A House, a Candle, and a Menacing Darkness by Vivian Taylor. I hope you guys enjoyed that story, and I hope you have a good rest of your night. Bye, guys.